Boo.
I should have done that for Intruder. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Justin, and I just blew out my mic a little bit. Excuse me a second. There we go. Today we're listening to Peter Gabriel with the song No Self-Control, of course, off his third album, self-titled, which was released in 1979. I'm sorry, 1980. I'm 1 year off. I was either going to listen to more Peter Gabriel right now or a Van de Graaff generator. So I just chose Peter Gabriel. Not to discount Van de Graaff, I'll just save it. I'm saving it, you know? I can only choose a certain amount of songs. How's everyone doing today? If you enjoy the video or any of the videos, you can like it, you can share, you can do all of that stuff. And let's do it. This is No Self-Control by Peter Gabriel.
Gotta get some food. I'm so hungry all the time. I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to stop. Gotta get some sleep. I'm so nervous in the night. And I don't know how to stop. 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 Pick up the phone, I will call any number. I will talk to anyone. I know I've gone too far, much too far I've gone this time. Don't wanna think what I've done, 'cause I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to stop. There are always hidden silences waiting behind the chair. They come out when the coast is clear. They eat anything that moves. I go shaking at the knees. Lights go out, stars come down like a swarm of bees. No self-control. No self-control. No self-control. No self-control. No self-control. No self-control. No You know I hate to hurt you, I hate to see your pain, but I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to stop. Street after street, night after night, I walk on through the rain. I walk on through the rain. I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to stop. No, I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to stop. Hey, I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to stop.
Is Peter Gabriel a genius? Is Peter Gabriel possibly one of the best storytellers in music? I'm just saying. Coming off of the song Intruder, which already established this dissonant vibe, this creepy factor, No Self-Control continues that theme, but steps it up in a few places. It's nice to see Phil Collins, of course, back with Peter Gabriel, Kate Bush performing some of the backing vocals in this song. We can't forget Robert Fripp. I know that the album is self-titled after Peter Gabriel. It's his third self-titled album. I know that an alternative name for the album is Melt. Is that decided, or was that decided by Peter Gabriel as an alternative title, or was that purely like a fan thing that came up due to the album cover? We have a portrait of a man in which half of it is normal, but the other half, oh my gosh, but the other half is melting away before our eyes. The other half is disintegrating, which leads me to believe that maybe the overall theme of this album is melting away the exterior, revealing the interior of the person, revealing the inner psychology and the inner workings, perhaps, of a person's mind in different things. In this aspect and in Intruder, revealing the darker side of humanity, revealing the darker thoughts that people may have. Now, does this continue throughout the whole album? I don't know. I'm sure we'll find out slowly. I love the storytelling in the music. I love the storytelling in the song. I've said it all the time. Peter Gabriel has always been a storyteller. He has always had a strong narrative in his music. And I like the way that it's done here on his solo work because of its intimacy, because of how personal this feels to Peter Gabriel himself, because of how personal this feels to him as a person. And even though storytelling was something that was always done, for example, with Genesis, he brings it down to a more human level in his solo work. It opens with this very dissonant and panning back and forth guitar I can only imagine from Fripp. Immediately the song throws you off. Immediately the song throws you into chaos and into perhaps these darker thoughts of the title subject. And then those same xylophone-like sounds creep in just as they were done in Intruder, which, like I had mentioned before, to me, is connecting this overall theme. And the way that Peter sings this song, he's singing this song from the viewpoint of desperation. A man who is weary, who is tired, who can't help but fall victim to his own addictions. He knows that it's wrong. He knows that he shouldn't be doing whatever it is, and he goes through several different things in the song. But the addiction is so strong that he is almost possessed to have to indulge in these things. So just picking up on the lyrics really quick, verse 1 talks about food, being hungry all the time, having no self-control, not able to limit himself. And then verse 2, gotta get some sleep, I'm so nervous in the night, I don't know how to stop, I don't know how to stop. Whatever it may be is causing him to lose sleep. We all know that when you don't sleep, the next day is not a pleasant one. Even when he says that he picks up the phone, he calls any number just to talk to someone, he knows, he has the self-realization that he's gone too far. And I really like the way that he sings those lines because he cries them out. This is a man pained by his addiction, and I'm sure that it relates to the stories of a lot of people who have been pained by certain types of addiction, whatever those may be. You're crying out for help, you're screaming, internally and sometimes externally, to stop. You're trying to pull in the reins, but you just can't. And it's that feeling of helplessness from any sort of impetus and stimulus that drives your mind. It's that kind of pain and struggle that Peter perfectly emotes for us in the song. And even instrumentally after that, after he screams out, there's space in which that, like I mentioned before, xylophone kind of sound plays. I'm not sure exactly what it is. After that self-realization, perhaps even after you've taken part in your addiction, you have that moment of clarity when it's like, I did it and I hate myself and I don't feel good about it. And then listen to the instruments right after, in that little space. The way the guitar comes in and pans back and forth, bringing once again a little bit of dissonance, to me that totally embodies the regret afterwards. Almost like voices in the back of your head making fun of you, and perhaps that voice is yourself. It's a circle of self-loathing that I think Peter Gabriel captures phenomenally in his music. And the way that the music builds up in its intensity is really something that's stunning to me, because the song moves along at the same pace as a pop song, but it's how he shifts everything just a little bit and turns it on its head that really makes it something that's unique, especially to Peter. Very nice drum fill by Phil. I love the way he brings that in. I like the section that follows after, but what I really like is the lyrics that he sings at that time. At the epitome and the zenith of his weakness, at his lowest, he says, I go shaky at the knees, lights go out, stars come down like a swarm of bees. I don't know about you, but I've been in a bee suit at one point with bees around and stuff. Don't ask why. But it's really interesting how intense the vibrations and the sound of it is, how they're swarming around you and you really can't see what's going on, and you're very grateful for that suit being on. So when Peter describes the lights going out and the stars falling down like bees, stars are usually seen as something positive, but the way that they collapse and fall is like a swarm of bees surrounding him. Like all those little voices and that sound, that one little thing. One bee and one sound is not a big deal. The sound of one bee is nothing. But when all of them are surrounding you, it becomes intense and something that, I don't know, it's almost indescribable. So he says that when these voices come out, when that addiction begins to step up in its intensity, it becomes like a swarm of bees around him. And then the refrain of Kate Bush in the back repeating no self-control. I almost imagine that as like the voices in his mind saying, yeah, you don't have self-control, and we're going to keep on having control over you. But we even see that near the ending of the story. He says, you know, I hate to hurt you, I hate to see your pain, but I don't know how to stop. So whatever it is not only affecting him, but it's affecting those around him. As dissonant as the music can be at some times, I really enjoy listening to Peter Gabriel's music because I think that the music itself is enjoyable. I don't think that it's bad or anything like that. I akin listening to Peter Gabriel as almost like, I don't know, almost as like reading some deep short story. You know, there's other genres and other songs that you listen to for different reasons, right? Like you don't listen to techno music or dance music because you're interested in the story of the song or the lyrics or whatever. You listen to that for the vibe and to dance. When you come into Peter Gabriel's music, you're listening to this almost like you're reading a college dissertation on the human condition, or like you're opening a book and reading a nice story filled with character and details. So I listen to his music in the same way. It's enjoyable on a musical standpoint, but it's even better and perfected on the message and the narrative. Whew. That's all I gotta say for that one. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of the song. If you're interested, you can join me on Twitter. If you've made it this far, please like the video. Please share the video if you haven't already. I know you have, though. Hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.